Hello and welcome, YouTube. On today's video, I actually have found a large bag of awesome goodies for $5 at my local Salvation Army. Um, I got quite a bit of different figurines, so it's going to take a little bit to go through them all, but I will show a few here, just displayed. Too many to cover in-depth views of everything, so I'm just going to do a generic showing of everything as I go. Hold on. Ta-da! Um, the next few figures are just going to be generic ones from that action-adventure series that Walmart has. Hold on. This one's actually my favorite. He's the most visible and the best detailed. I apologize for the noise if you hear thumping. That's my neighbors walking above me. They're very loud today. I don't know why. They seem to be dragging around stuff. On to more figurines. Yes, even cheapo ones like this from the dollar store were included in the bags. He'll probably get thrown out or recycled. Ta-da! It's a Keenman figure from a series, Pirates Adventure series. Generic looking character. I like the way he looks actually. You can use him either as a pirate or like some kind of bartender. He almost looks familiar, even though he's not. I just happen to like him a lot. More Imaginext characters. Some kind of motocross biker and a medieval knight with a rook on his chest. His padding comes off. I love the color scheme and all that. This gentleman here is Titanium Man, who first appeared 1965. Tales of Suspense number 69, Marvel character. He's some character dealing with Iron Man, suit of titanium based off of Iron Man's technology. Two alter egos. The first one was a Boris Bolsky, and the second one was Kondraty Topolov, also known as Gremlin. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's that almost like uh, Imaginext Marvel sets, but not quite. Really cool detailed. I wish he was posable. His arms are, and that's about it. Minions! They're everywhere. First appearing in Despicable Me, so July 9th, 2010. They had their own movie July 10th, 2015, nearly a little over 5 years later. These guys are pretty interesting. They're virtually indestructible. I don't know, but they're just weird, and they like bananas. Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. First appearing 1983. The first comic was black and white. 1984. The TV show that we all know is 1987 to 1996. It's been redone, remastered, and all that stuff. We're used to this kind of turtle. Look, my hand's in the way. I'll just... So, yeah, this is Donatello. I couldn't find my Leonardo, even though he's wearing the Leonardo belt. But, yeah, I don't like these new ones. This one's too scrawny. really, and their proportions are kind of weird. He's the closest to this one, but yeah, I don't know. Your opinion. I don't like them, so. Now, interesting one. This one is from McDonald's. It is part of the 2010 Hot Wheels Battle Force line. They had these weird vehicles that they were put inside. If you hit them, they'd pop up. Um, I had this one. He comes with like a red car. There was another one that I had that was purple. I don't know really much about them other than, again, they had spring-loaded weird actions. Um, Plants vs. Zombies. First coming into play May 2009. Um, it's a very simple game. You control plants defending against zombies. The basic one here and a Yeti version here. They also eventually upgraded to that. It was almost like a Battlefront like game where you control either zombies or plants. I like the game. It's fun. It's satisfying to play, and yeah, it's very enjoyable. More Batman figures. Um, Personally, I don't like this guy. I think he looks weird, especially the cape. See through. Looks almost like Elsa from Frozen made it for him. This one I actually like. I just have to fix his belt a little bit with a little bit of glue. But yeah, I actually like him. Alright. Here comes the friendly Spider-Man. Spider-Man first appearing in Marvel Comics Amazing Fantasy number 15 in 1962. Peter Parker was an orphan that got bit by a radioactive spider, gained really cool powers, including the ability to stick to walls, a spider sense, and superhuman strength. Um, yeah, we all know about Spider-Man. This one's gimmick is you squeeze its legs and it does this. This one changes into a spider. Hold on one sec. Jump cut. I don't think I transformed him right, and obviously I'm missing pieces, and two of the legs that are actually supposed to come out of the feet. These figurines actually remind me of these ones where you actually mutate turtles. Um, as you can see, this is Donatello. He actually mutates into his actual turtle self. I would transform him, but this particular figurine is so old, I'm afraid he'll fall apart if I try to change him. Mewtwo, the first quote-unquote Pokemon boss from the 1996 Pokemon Blue and Red games. They also had Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres. But this one here is from 2015. I saw that they had a colored version of him. I don't know if this is a variant or not. But this one is Mewtwo X. The Mega form when you expose him to the Mewtwo Excite, not the Y one. He has a larger brain when he's in the Y form. But yeah, I actually like him. Pretty well detailed, despite the lack of color on him. He's gonna go with the rest of my figurines of Pokemon. Phineas from Phineas and Ferb, a Disney cartoon that aired from 2007 to 2015. These two are geniuses. Um, I just know that he has a really weird nose, and he and his brother are so creative, and Very interesting. And their sister Candace is always trying to expose them for whatever they do. My kids love this show. I actually found it very interesting. And yeah, it reminds me almost of Dexter's Laboratory. That would actually be really cool. A Dexter's Laboratory and a Phineas and Ferb crossover. Though they're two totally different companies. Mr. Freeze, a different form of him from the Imaginext series. I already did one in my previous video. I really don't want to have to go over him again, but as I said, this is the more of similar to the format I knew him from than the other one that I showed you. Two-Face, also known as Harvey Dent, first premiered in Detective Comics number 66, August 1942. Was one of Bruce Wayne's friends, was a lawyer, got scarred, went a bit insane, and uses his coin that you can see right there to decide whether or not he's going to kill you or let you go. He eventually went back to the side of good, even got cosmetic surgery to fix himself, did good for a little bit, stuff happened, he went a bit insane and scarred himself. I think this is from the 2003 series. I'm not quite sure. I'm used to more of the pinkish purple Two-Face rather than the bluish one, so I really couldn't tell you. I love the color scheme. I love the fact that his suit looks sort of like a jail suit, but at the same time it's quite stylish. Yeah, it's very interesting looking. I don't know if you can see his face very well, but there you have it. Let's see if I can get more light there. There you go. Alrighty, that's Two-Face for you. Meet Toru from Jackie Chan Adventures. It aired from September 9th, 2000 to July 8th, 2005 for a total of 95 episodes, 5 seasons. Toru, T-O-H-R-U, is I believe, descended from a line of sumo, supposedly. His mother is awesome in my opinion. He's easily my favorite character. Even when he was an enemy in season 1, he eventually switched over to Jackie Chan's side and became Uncle's apprentice. Fun fact about this show, Jackie Chan himself did not voice Jackie from the series, but I believe his real life niece voiced Jade, who played Jackie Chan's niece in the cartoon series. I personally like the series, and like I said, Toru was my favorite character. Jade was my second favorite character. This, by the way, is from the Burger King line from that series. More Mr. Incredibles. Despite the size difference, that's not Dash, that is Mr. Incredible. This one has limited posability in the arms and in the head. His waist moves. Just basically a posable character for dioramas. This one doesn't do much. He's got some kind of gimmick. Yeah, there we go. Again, just good for posing, good for dioramas. It's Mr. Incredible. I think I already discussed him in the previous video. Who likes wrestling? I actually do like it. As I said, Undertaker's my favorite. Here's a gentleman that a lot of people know. This is Roddy Piper. Born April 17th, 1954. He unfortunately died July 31st, 2015. He premiered 1969 to roughly 2011. He was in the WWF, now WWE, and the WCW from 1984 to 2000. Um, yeah, he was an interesting character. I really don't know much about him, but I do know that because of his ties to the voice actor for the vice president, I believe. I don't know who the actor is, unfortunately, off the top of my head. But in Saint Rose 4, I believe, the one where the world is obliterated and you live in a virtual world, almost like the Matrix. Um, he was a character you could actually have as a sidekick when you're there. Apparently, they were ringmates as well. The voice actor for the Black Vice President and Rowdy Piper. Because of that, like I said, he was one of the characters you could acquire throughout the game as a sidekick. I find that interesting. This guy actually is actiony. He's got this uppercut. He's from the 1991, I want to say, Titans toy line, Titan Sports toy line. This is back when these figurines were really interesting looking and not very well detailed, but they were still quite fun nonetheless. I had an Ultimate Warrior as well, and I cannot find him for the life of me. Um, but yeah, that's Roddy Piper. Here is Jake the Snake. He was born May 30th, 1955. He was active 1975 to 2015. Um, he made a very his finisher. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling. His finisher was a very over the top DDT, apparently. Um, yeah, but that's Jake the Snake. It's not Ron Jeremy. Just honestly, I swear it's not. His gimmick is you push back on his arm and he does a kind of punch, and he's got some posability. Like I said, this is from the 1990 Titan Sport toy line. Again, not very well detailed, but still quite playable. As you can see, there's like some discoloration. You can tell he's pretty old. But I like him. He's pretty interesting. Okay. Everybody, this is Triple H. One of the more famous wrestlers. He is the spouse of Stephanie McMahon, and he premiered in 1992, and he's still technically active in the WWE. He was actually born July 27th, 1969. Several different names. I actually don't know his name off the top of my head. But I think like it's Hunter Herman something, but that's not his real name. I think his real name's like Paul or something. I could be mistaken. But yeah, that's Triple H. Still a wrestler character, but if you notice, he's quite more detailed than the other two. Oh, and they knocked him out. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, his elbows and knees don't bend too well because of the arm and knee bands, but yeah, that's Triple H for you. I actually didn't have enough time to look up more information other than the basics. I apologize. I'm not as thorough today, but then again, there was a lot of toys to look at. All right, on to the next character. Yeah, that's not a wrestler. That is He-Man, Masters of the Universe. This is the 2001 remake that uh, Mattel made. I believe it's Mattel. Um, and it's not Hasbro. Yeah, it's Mattel. And this is part of the Masters of the Universe remake TV series that they had um, from 2002 to 2004. He-Man himself appeared, well, yes, appeared in 1982 in Toys and Comics. Originally a barbarian that lived on the plane, and in the 83 TV series, they remade him into a prince, and that he was given the sword. I actually don't like this model. It kind of looks like a wrestler model, but I just don't like the way he stances and that neck muscle bulge that he has there. I tend to associate that more with Hulk than anybody else. That and Venom with that massive thing. And honestly, I really don't like that toy line. I'm used to my He-Man characters looking more like my Skeletor over here. By the way, this is the battle damage Skeletor. Uh, but yeah, but yeah, I'm more used to this kind of He-Man, the generic looking He-Man that everybody has. I actually can't find my He-Man from this series, so I can only find my Skeletor. Sorry, but yeah, vast difference of their appearance, huh? But honestly, it's still a He-Man. He can still battle Skeletor, and if I can find him, I actually have the second series that He-Man was supposed to be in. I believe I have a couple of figurines from that, so if I can find them, I'll show you them in a later video. But on to the final figurine. It's a sand trooper. Um, yes, it's a stormtrooper, but with the shoulder pad, you usually consider them sand troopers. You know, the people that were on Tatooine. Um, I apologize for that noise. That's actually my cat. Hold on. Sorry about that. I also had to blow my nose. But yeah, this is a sand trooper. I actually like him. This is the reason why I bought that large bag, just for this figurine. I think this is my second of this particular type of sand trooper and my third sand trooper altogether. Um, Highly posable. He's got just a generic leg. That's my cat. Sorry. Uh, Elbows do bend. Arms pose, and he's on a ball joint head. I could actually remove his shoulder pad if I wanted to. And what bothers me the most about stormtroopers, and I know it's a meme that they can't shoot very well because of the scene in the Death Star, but if you recall, Obi-Wan did say that these blast points on the Jawa sandcrawler was too precise to be sand troopers. Sand people, sorry. Only stormtroopers, Imperial troopers, could be so precise. Um, in the scheme of things, with that many shots being shot at the good guys, at least one of them should have hit. If you think about it, it takes more skill to miss every time than to just randomly fire and eventually hit somebody. Don't forget the stormtroopers were the Marines of the Imperial world. They actually had troopers of another sort as their generic fodder. These again, like I said, were their elites. But yeah, like I said, I like this guy, and I'm glad he alone is worth the $5 in my opinion. But everything else that I got in the bag, I love that fact. More power to them for making all those cool figurines. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little bit longer than usual, and it was done differently. I apologize. If you like this format, please let me know. If you don't like this format, please let me know. Comment in the section below. Other than that, adios y hasta luego.